Hey everyone, here we are with the ESM models FW190. From the documentation, it looks like it is an A8 version. We're going to get ready to do a cockpit installation. I know this plane's been out a while, but we're going to go ahead and get one done. I'm getting ready to mark it off. I want to show you before I cut anything. I'm going to mark it off like I usually do. I'll show you in the blue tape and give you the measurements on it. And then we'll go to cutting out the cockpit area and installing a cockpit. Now you can see in here there is a former that we will end up cutting into. We'll probably remove some of this upper part, but there's plenty of strength in here, and it really won't matter with this plane, because this is it's pretty substantial on the fiberglass. So I'm going to go ahead and we will get this marked off and show you where we're going to do our cutting. Okay, here we are. I've got it marked off where I'm going to cut it. Now I'm going to tell you how I got my measurements. You can see the front, where the front canopy frame goes up against. From that line there, I came back 7 inches. You just have to take a ruler and hold it up high and take a straight edge and make this part right here equal to 7 inches. You mark it on one side and then mark on the other. Gives you a good straight line. Okay. Once I did that, I just put a 1/4 inch piece of tape. The line ends at the front of the tape. On the sides, I'm going to leave probably about a 3/16 inch piece of fiberglass that goes at the angle, and it comes up and goes from this corner here up to 0. So you're going to have 3/16 at the bottom and move up to 0 here, so we can get our dash in there. So I want to show you that before I cut it. Like I said, it's 7 inches to the back line here, or the front of this line, and then we're leaving 3/16 on the side up to, and from this corner up to 0. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll get this cut out and move along from there. Okay guys, here we are back. We've got everything cut out. I cut it out just like I described, leaving the blue tape. Like I said, I started from here and it's back to 7 inches to this back line. But I did want to show you something. I got to doing some measuring, and between this angle here and the angle back here on both sides, there's an 1/8 inch difference. So when you're measuring from this corner to back to this, it's 3 1/4 inches, and from this angle to the back here, it ends up being like 3 3/8. So I was going to tell you there's a little bit of discrepancy there. So just once you cut back, just you may want to just cut across here slowly, so you can, or cut off a little at a time at the very back to make sure we get the right fit. Anyway, when you are cutting that out, I just use the Dremel tool with the little composite disc. It's not the fiberglass one, but the little composite one. And the little small thin ones actually do a better job. And then on the upper parts up here, I do a rougher cut, and then I come back with a drum sander and sand it off. Now I did leave about a 32nd or 16th inch over down where the angle's down just a little bit. I did find, I think it's a 3/32 piece of neoprene. I'm not sure if I can find it. I may include it in the kit. But you can take this and split it down the middle, and it will slide around here and make the padded head or dash for you. Okay. Once I got that cut out, before I started doing anything, I did make a plug for a clear canopy. Those will be also offered through VQ Warbirds. This is a little bit clearer than the original one, and it's a lot more flexible, where the other one, I dropped it later and it cracked just dropping out of my hands. Anyway, what I've done is I've actually got the whole cockpit area built, and I'm going to go back through and show you how I did it. This is all one unit. It slides in place, and I use tape to hold it in place temporarily until I get it all done. But anyway, when you get the kit, you will get a cockpit itself. It's a one piece. It just folds up. I happen to have a pair, I think it's welding pliers, something like, I'm not sure what they are, but they're real wide. And I come in here and I crease the sides, and this will bring it up to about 90 degrees. All right. What we're going to do is take this piece, and I've cut out one side to show you. You can see that it's a 1/4 inch flashing all the way around. All right. The way we're going to cut that is we're going to come in here. This is the back side. This line comes along the back. We're going to cut up. If you can, cut this flashing pretty close, but anytime you leave an angle, it gives you some strength. So if you can come back here and leave about an 1/8 inch, we're going to glue a piece in here once it's all done to make it rigid, but this will give you some strength downward, pushing that way. All right, we're going to cut around here and just leave just that 1/8 inch all the way around, and then up on the sides towards the top of the back, we'll come up and about 3/4 inch down, we're going to start angling up to that corner. And what this does, it allows it to fit into this back corner and then still go down. All right, as we move across the front, and now we're leaving this 1/4 inch, and then eventually we'll cut it to the width of the sides here before we glue it on. But anyway, we're going to leave the 1/4 inch here and cut off the rest of the flashing, just leaving the 1/4. And then once we come up, we're going to cut this totally away. We're going to cut it to where it's just a straight line. You can see I've taken, it was a 1/4 inch coming along here, and I have taken that off. And then we're going to do the same thing on the very front. We're going to leave a little bit all the way around, and from about 3/4 inch down, we're going to taper that up to 0. This allows it to go along the inside of the fuselage. All right, once you've got that, we're going to cut, and you can trial fit it, put it up in there, and see if it locks into place. Once you get that done, set that aside a few minutes. Your next piece is we're going to make are the sides of the cockpit insides. When you get it, you'll have a solid piece. This both sides in one piece. I did it like this so it'd be easier to pull. Before you do anything to this, you need to go ahead and make some marks on it. We have to cut the correct width of the dash. The wider part is the front, and the thinner part's the rear. And what we'll do is come from on the rear side, we'll come in here from 3/4 inch in and make a mark. And on the very front, we'll come in 1 1/8 inch and make a mark, and then draw a straight line. And we're going to do that on both sides. All right. Once we get those marked, we're going to come in here and take a pencil, and in the corner, we're going to draw a line all the way around this corner, and you're going to end up cutting it along that line and removing this whole end piece. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Just draw a line around, and then you'll cut right in that corner and removing this piece out here. All right. Then you can see a red line down the middle. We're going to just cut this piece and remove the 2 halves. All right. Once you got them removed, then cut down the line you made to make. You can see I've done one here. You remove it and make it look like this. That's the top. This is the side. This is it uncut, but you can see on the bottom it has flashing that comes across the bottom here. We need to remove all that flashing to where there's none. Okay, so you just more or less have an angled piece with a angled side, and then does have small angles on the side. That gives a little bit of rigidity. Once you have these parts cut out, you got one for each side. We will take the tape. We're going to take the cockpit sides that we made, or the main cockpit, and what it does is this piece that we've cut out, we got this one totally done. It comes in here. The bottom slides right up against this piece, this line here,